part of lunch, and then Mrs. Marlette and I will sort of herd you up here for a shortened rehearsal in the chapel, but if the concert's too close, we have to do a little bit. Yeah.
And now we have the social service board speeches.
Good morning, Ms. Douglas, faculty, staff, and my fellow students. For those of you who seem to have missed my numerous announcements for International Club, my name is Chelsea Waxman. I stand before you today to run as the head of Social Service Board for the 2012-2013 school year. Although community service has developed into one of my strongest passions to this day, it hasn't always been that important to me. My freshman year, I had never really been involved with doing community service. From Ms. Goodman's persistent announcements in morning meeting, I soon learned that I had to fulfill a requirement each year of about 15 hours. Since then, within my 3 years at SUM, not only have I completed my required hours for each year, but I've also completed over 300 hours of community service, volunteering with 8 different organizations throughout the school year as well as the summer. I've realized that giving back to your community is not only to help those around you, but most importantly to help you grow and mature as an individual. While this past year's community service structure was a little confusing, I plan to work with Ms. Hawkins and the rest of the community service board to restructure an old SUM tradition in a way that makes it easier for girls to complete their community service requirement, as well as track their hours as they complete them. I know at times community service can seem boring and pointless, which is why as head of social service, I'd be willing to listen to more ideas and suggestions for activities in which some can participate, so doing community service would be less of a commitment and more fun. I would also work hard at brainstorming new ideas that could be offered if people are interested. With more options on the table, I think everyone could successfully complete their community service within each school year, maybe even more if they can find something that they enjoy doing. There are so many possibilities for projects that can be done. I know that much of the student body participates in sports after school. Many attempts have been made to find the time, which sometimes takes away from practice, for sports teams to go to community service activities. Since sports tend to take on a large part of a student's life, why not incorporate community service into sports instead of sacrificing one for the other? Sports teams could volunteer together at a time that works for the entire team, or maybe volunteer one day after school to teach others a sport that they spend so many hours a week practicing. Not only would they fulfill some of their required hours, but they'd still get a workout and be helping someone else. School clubs could follow along the same lines, incorporating the mission of the club into a few hours worth of work. Although it may be hard to believe, due to some diverse student body, there are many simple common interests that can bring us together. For girls that like baking, we could spend a few hours making baked goods, and then doing them to summer like hospice or a homeless shelter. For the girls who spend tireless hours memorizing lines for the school plays, kids at an after-school program, or senior citizens at home who don't get out much will probably love seeing you do it one more time. With graffiti all over Buffalo, maybe we could find a wall and cover it with a creative painting done by some friends. Most of you would probably agree that doing community service with friends or in larger groups is much more fun than doing it alone. I think having one event that is either school-wide or even divided by grade could be really enjoyable. I remember walking to Delaware Park for community service, and whether that wasn't exactly great my freshman year, but within 15 minutes I was dancing around singing songs with some of my classmates as we picked up trash. What started miserable turned out to be a lot of fun. Having an activity for each class as opposed to just the freshman class is just another possibility of the many that are out there. With Spirit Week in March, we could turn the community service opportunity into an opportunity for fun chapter points by doing something like naming the SUM community in the crazy outfits everyone wears to school, but split into 2 enthusiastic teams. Something like a scavenger hunt to find different pieces of trash, or trash to turn into a work of art could earn points for the teams while cleaning the neighborhood. I know this sounds like a lot, and I'm not promising every single one of my ideas will happen next year, because I know what sounds interesting to one person may not always be interesting to the next, but I just want you to think of all the possibilities that can happen. We may not be able to pick up enough trash to put an end to global warming tomorrow. We may not be able to bake enough cookies to end world hunger, and we may not be able to make everyone in the world happy, but we can make a difference in our community, whether it be to one person or 2 million. I'm not standing up here asking you to vote for me only because I want to be elected as head of social service board to put my passion for community service in action. I'm standing up here because I want you to vote for me, because you want to do positive things for the community, and because you want to have a good time doing it. Thank you, and good luck to everyone.
Good morning, Ms. Douglas, Ms. Marlette, my fellow social service opportunists, and my qualified opponent, Chelsea. My name is Allie Goodenough, and I would be honored if you elected me to be SEM's 2012 For those of you who know me on a personal level, you are aware of my humorous demeanor. And although I appear comical, I can tell you and others with all seriousness that community service holds an extremely important place on my priorities list. Freshman and sophomore year, I was elected onto the Social Service Board as my class rep. Both years gave me insight on how to productively collaborate on ideas and largely participate in community service in the process it takes to lead up to an event or opportunity. Those years I spent on the board were great, but throughout that entire time, I didn't fully appreciate the act of supporting my community. I experienced such a feeling the summer before my junior year when I volunteered as a camp counselor at a camp unable to pay many employees. This was due to an increased amount of scholarships given to children without the money to pay for such an experience. I had initially volunteered because I went to the camp as a child, but as I watched my campers on scholarship grow from shy and uneasy children to rambunctious camp song singing maniacs throughout the week, I understood now that my volunteering gave me a special position to view children creating memories based on a gift they were given. To begin my ideas, I would love to develop community service that allows STEM girls to feel the way I felt and have social service that returns the favor in teaching them a thing or two. For example, Big Brother Big Sister of Buffalo is a great place to start, where our own STEM students would have the ability to mentor and tutor a younger child. I also want to initiate a new type of sports team, a winter team that instead of a sport or gym would participate in after-school community service with a specific collaboration. I believe that girls who are active on sports teams should be given an equal amount of opportunities as girls who are not. I would work closely with Ms. Bennett to make team practices every now and then a social service project. If that's not enough, I would enjoy seeing more slush week chances for everyone. I also think it would be interesting to allow open social service board meetings for anyone in STEM to come to us with an idea, as well as an open online suggestion page on Headline. And for those of us who are swamped during the school year, I would attempt to find summer programs that you could take part in on your time off. Overall, I want community service to be viewed as something obtainable and rewarding, not something you struggle to complete on your report card. In conclusion, it would be an absolute pleasure to be your head of social service board, especially at a place so dear to me. Thank you for your time, support, and consideration to elect me, Allie Goodenough, as social service board rep. Thank you.
A couple quick announcements. One is about the mother-daughter tea. It's this Sunday. For anyone modeling, you need to be there at 8:30 with all of the materials for modeling. And also, keep submitting things to the writing contest. Now I'm back with the announcements.
Just so you know, the schedule today, we have a sit-down lunch. We also have a speaker at 12:30. So we will have first through fourth period, then lunch, then sixth period. Then we'll line up for the speaker and come to the speaker from 12:30 to 1:30. Then after the speaker will be fifth period, and then we'll have seventh period, and then there's a 10-minute help period at the end of the day. So just remember, after lunch, you're going to sixth period, not to your fifth period class. Thank you.
In addition to that, the ballots for voting will be on your table at lunch in an envelope. You will sign the envelope and then put your ballot in the envelope, and then Maddie, Sarah Shafiq, and I will come around and pick them up. So vote once, there'll be enough ballots for each person at the table. Sign the envelope, put your ballot in the envelope, and we will pick it up. Thank you to both Chelsea and Allie, and that was the bell, wasn't it?
Wait, because there's an announcement that there is a scavenger hunt that the units, today is the day for the Donate Life Club. We are sponsoring the sit-down lunch, and we have a scavenger hunt in the school for Hornet Jacket Points. So if you go around and you see little blue cards or little green cards, which are the colors of Donate Life units, read your fun fact and interesting fact and bring it down to the office, and you will collect Hornet Jacket Points for the scavenger hunt. And we appreciate our conversations together during lunch about organ, tissue, and eye donation. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make the International Dinner a tremendous success. Thank you.
Wait. Does anybody know where the bench is for the piano?